What happens if China overtakes Korea in the semiconductor race? Could a company like Naura, once a little-known Chinese supplier, actually challenge the dominance of Korea's chip giants? And what would it mean for the global tech industry if China's push for chip independence begins to outpace its Asian rivals? These are not just distant hypotheticals. They're unfolding right now. And honestly, the numbers are staggering. No matter where you live in the world, if you want to stay ahead in the global tech and stock race, hit subscribe and join us. Now let's continue. According to Commercial Times and the Korea Economic Daily, Naura Technology Group, China's leading semiconductor equipment maker, has posted profits 8 times larger than Korea's SEMES in the first half of 2025. Naura reported 16.14 billion yuan in revenue, about 3.15 trillion Korean won, and an operating profit of 3.32 billion yuan. That's a 29.5% jump in sales and more than double-digit growth in profit. By contrast, SEMES, the equipment arm closely tied to Samsung, reported 1.11 trillion won in revenue and just 82.1 billion won in profit, a decline from last year. This is more than just a number, it's a signal that China's chip equipment industry is outpacing Korea's in ways few thought possible even 5 years ago. Until 2021, SEMES was still ahead. But from 2022 onwards, Naura began pulling ahead. Now, Naura ranks 6th globally among semiconductor equipment makers, right behind heavyweights like ASML, Applied Materials, Lam Research, Tokyo Electron, and KLA. Think about that. In just a few years, a Chinese firm has climbed into the global top 10, while Korea's once dominant SEMES has slid backward. Industry insiders even report that some Chinese front-end equipment is now advanced enough to be used in Korean fabs themselves, a symbolic reversal of roles. It's not just manufacturing tools. China is, expanding into EDA software, electronic design automation, a domain that was once really dominated by US and Korean firms. Sources note that even Samsung Electronics has used Chinese EDA solutions like those from Semitronics for chip testing and process optimization. This just shows how deep China's localization drive has gone. While US restrictions aim to slow China, its domestic market size and government support give it resilience and, honestly, a lot of momentum. The contrast couldn't be sharper. China's so-called Big Fund, which is dedicated to semiconductor development, now totals 133 trillion won. Meanwhile, South Korea recently raised its chip-related investments to 33 trillion won. That's still just 1/4 of China's firepower. According to Korea's Science and Technology Policy Institute, beyond advanced packaging, China has already surpassed Korea in fundamental chip technologies. This leaves Korea's industry, heavily dependent on 2 giants, Samsung and SK Hynix, while its broader supply chain struggles to keep up. Why does this matter for the world? Because semiconductors are the backbone of AI, smartphones, electric vehicles, and even national defense. If China's Naura continues this trajectory, it won't just challenge Korea, it could really reshape global chip supply chains. Imagine a world where Korean fabs rely on Chinese tools, where US restrictions fuel, not slow, China's self-sufficiency, and where Asia's semiconductor balance shifts from Seoul to Beijing. Of course, the road isn't without obstacles. China still lacks EUV lithography mastery, a field where ASML dominates. US sanctions could also slow access to advanced technologies, but history shows that once China sets an industrial goal, progress can be relentless, and Naura's rise, 8 times the profit of SEMES, proves just how fast that progress is happening. So here's the big question. Will China truly overtake Korea in the chip war, reshaping the global balance of power? Or will Korea, with Samsung and SK Hynix at its core, find a way to fight back? Either way, the semiconductor battlefield is shifting under our feet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive tech documentaries. Until next time, stay curious.